Good evening. Welcome to GameCenter 40, and here is the news of the night. Shueisha and Shogakukan will be posting back issues of their manga magazines going all the way back to the beginning of 2020 for a limited time due to school closures, venue closures, and cancellations of events due to concerns over the coronavirus COVID-19. These manga magazines, as well as first volumes of various series, will be available for free until the mid of March. It seems that most or even all of the gaming industry is being affected by the coronavirus, and Nvidia is no different. It will be shifting its GPU technology conference to an online-only one due to the outbreak. It will still happen from March 22nd to March 26th. Those who pre-ordered to attend the event will get a complete refund. The CEO is still expected to deliver a keynote address. China's Overwatch League is set to return in an online form. They have announced that the season will continue on March 9th, but will take a few precautions, including a 14-day monitored quarantine period. Teams will be playing out of their local headquarters, except members who are in their own provinces under said quarantine. They have said they'll be using this format until they can safely resume using esports venues. Kazuhisa Hashimoto, the creator of the Konami Code, which has entertained millions and influenced generations, died last week at the old age of 61. Konami gave a statement on February 26th confirming his death and sending condolences to his family. The code has been in various games throughout the years, seen in various television shows, and will continue to be in many more as time goes on. After admitting to slowing down older iPhone models, Apple will be paying up to $500 million. The deal provides small payouts for many iPhone owners and compensation for class action members and attorneys. Those that were named will receive $1,500 to $3,500. $90 million will go to the attorneys. Current and former iPhone owners and users will receive $25 unless the payment cap is reached. Then they will divvy out less amount of money. And coming up on GameCenter 40, we have Netflix news about One Piece and various video game adaptations. AI finally draws a Osamu Tezuka-like manga. We also have esports and Famitsu scores. Stay with us. The last performances of the Marionette One Piece live attraction will be done on March 8th. However, like almost all stories before this one, they will be online only due to coronavirus concerns. The last two shows will be on at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. local time, which here in the East Coast will be at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. due to upcoming daylight savings time. That's not all the One Piece news that was shared. Yesterday, Netflix asked fans in Japan, America, France, and 5 other languages for their list of the top 5 actors to play the chef of the Straw Hats, Sanji. Actors' names have included Gaspard Uriel, Dacre Montgomery, Liam Hemsworth, Tomohisa Yamashita, Lucas Till, Hayato Nakamura, and many more names coming down fans' pipelines as to who will be, in their minds, the best Sanji. That's still not enough for Netflix, as they have also announced and included game-based adaptations. There is another season of Castlevania. There are 2 Resident Evil series, Resident Evil Apocalypse and Resident Evil Extinction, Beastars, Science Monkey, Lou Over the Wall, Dino Girl Galco, Sol Levant, and Seven Seeds, and they will be appearing on Netflix. Some of them have already been on the service, but others will be appearing later this month. Tezuka Productions has come out with a new manga by feeding all of Tezuka's own works into a computer, and the result is a very interesting manga called Python. A sample of the AI-generated plot manga is available on Comic Days for a limited time. Kodansha's Morning Magazine also has the manga in full, along with an article asking how the manga came to be before the AI program was fed the whole entire works of Tezuka. And now let's take a quick look out to Rehoboth Beach, where hopefully the weather looks clear. The weather looks pretty new. But that's not what most of the national weather is looking in this particular instance. We have a massive rain stretching from southern North Carolina all the way down to East Texas. And condolences from WTXN to the people who perished in Nashville. That was a very horrifying tragedy. Hopefully it can be spared later tonight. Let's take a look, see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow isn't looking good, except that the storm will be covering about 80 to 90% of Texas tomorrow. And I hear some people will be very pleased that that's happening. Half of Arkansas will be getting rain, but that line is just shifting ever so southernly. South Carolina, northern South Carolina, will be getting very clear tomorrow. And what's in store for tomorrow night? The rain's heading back up. That line still isn't going anywhere. All that high pressure is building up and building up. Will we expect a rebound? No, mostly we will not be expecting a rebound. But let's take a look back out at Rehoboth Beach again. And it's almost clear if it weren't for the fact that it was cloudy. Now let's take a look at the weather that was in Dover for today. The high was 62 and the low tonight was 44. It's currently 61 degrees in both Dover and the suburbs. And you know, I hate it when it's warm. I really hate it when it's warm, and I hate it when it's very cold. That's my opinion, not yours. The barometer is at 29.53 inches and falling, humidity at 74 degrees, and the winds are blowing south-southwest at 12 miles an hour, and we have a small craft warning until 1 p.m. tomorrow. Now, what's the weather say for Dover tonight? We'll have isolated thunderstorms, low of 43. The record high was 68 degrees. It was reached in 1991. And the record low was 11 degrees, which was reached in 2009. Tomorrow in Dover, it'll be mostly sunny, high 59, but also going to be high winds from 10 to 20 miles an hour. The sun will rise at 6:29 a.m. tomorrow, and the sun will set at 5:58. Going on over to Dover's 7-day forecast. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny, 59-37. Thursday will be partly cloudy, 53-36. Friday we'll have a lot of showers, 48-32. On Saturday it will be partly cloudy skies, 45-25. Sunday it'll be very sunny, 57-40. Monday will be mostly sunny at 66 and 52, and Tuesday will be showers at 66 and 48. That's Tuesday the 10th. Now let's take a bright look out into Cape May, which was one of WMGM's old cities that they served. And it looks pretty well out there. Someone must have obviously put a black and white filter, or the sun is mostly set on Cape May. Currently in Cape May, it's 49 degrees, and their camera's moving. I think it's a security camera, but who knows? The current temp in Cape May is 49 degrees, 97% humidity. Winds going from the south at 12 miles an hour. The pressure is 29.56 inches and falling. Tonight in Cape May, it'll be showers and windy at 45 degrees, and tomorrow will be mostly sunny at 55 degrees. Now let's take a look out in Ocean City, where no one's quite there yet. The Ferris wheel is actually starting to go. But it doesn't look like the weather wants to let up. Currently in Ocean City, it's 54 degrees, humidity at 89%, winds are coming in from the west-southwest at 11 miles an hour, and the pressure is 29.58 and falling. Now tonight it'll be partly cloudy, even though these are actually leftovers from Cape May. We did not update them, and I didn't get to update them in time. And tomorrow it'll be mostly sunny in Ocean City, high of 57. And that'll be and we'll have esports when we return. And welcome back to GameCenter 4, where we start on esports. And it's been a pretty tough time for half of the Overwatch League, as mentioned earlier in the broadcast. It's been the coronavirus. They've stopped some games in China and Korea. It's all gone through March. But, thankfully, not just yet. Because we also have the other side of the Overwatch League to focus on. And here's how they did in Week 4 of the Overwatch League. The Florida Mayhem took on the New York Excelsior for 3 matches. New York Excelsior beating them out 3-0. The Atlanta Reign also took on Canada's Toronto Defiant and also walked away with a perfect 3-0 win. The Houston Outlaws and the London Spitfire exchanged blows. Houston Outlaws won 2 matches against London Spitfires 3, with London Spitfire ultimately taking the win. Philadelphia Fusion versus the Boston Uprising. Philadelphia took out Boston 3-0. Atlanta Reign took on Paris Eternal on March 1st. The second match of March 1st was Atlanta Reign versus Paris Eternal. Paris Eternal managed to nab the win from the Atlantas 1-3. Florida Mayhem took on London Spitfire, and London once again came out on top, but had 5 matches. Florida Mayhem 2, London Spitfire 3. And take a look at the bottom of the screen. There was one leftover match we could not fit in the cards. It was the Houston Outlaws at Toronto Defiance. The Houston Outlaws overtook the scores of the Toronto Defiance 3-1. And that, my friends, is esports. Now let's get over to the Famitsu scores very quickly, because we may have extra time for the gaming segment tonight. At least 2 or 3 minutes extra. So, what games did Famitsu review last week on February 25th, 2020? Well, in this past week they scored 4 games. At number 4 we have Vortex Attack EX for the Nintendo Switch. Individual review scores are all 7s for a total of 28 out of 40. And at number 3, we have Doraemon Nobita's New Dinosaur for the Nintendo Switch. It also has all 7s for a total of 28 out of 40. At number 2, we have Super Tennis Blast for the Nintendo Switch. 7, 8, 8, 8 are the individual review scores for a total of 31 out of 40. And coming out at number 1, it is the VR phenomenon Dreams for the PlayStation 4 with 9, 10, 8, and 9 for a final total of 36 out of 40. Now Famitsu's really gone above and beyond scoring, and it just shows in week 8. Week 9 will be very interesting. How many new games will be reviewed? How many points will they get? No one knows. And that's going to be all for GameCenter for you tonight. Thank you for being with us on this newscast. For those wanting more out of the program, I'll be playing a game soon on our Twitch channel. The link will be on the screen once the newscast ends. Have a great night.